Next, we're going to talk about how to sand your reed, and I recommend having small sheets of sandpaper, and this is just a simple 240 piece of sandpaper cut into a small strip that is about the length of my reed. And I can also use a stronger sandpaper, which is going to have a little bit more grit, such as this one here, and that is a 220. So depending on what you want for your sandpaper size to begin with, you usually want to start with a coarser sandpaper first and then go to the finer sandpaper. This gray sandpaper is finer, so we'll use that later. What you start out with is your reed that you want to prepare. And this reed that we're looking at was the one that had the nice lines all the way to the end. Now, why are we preparing this reed? Well, every type of wood is porous, and it has little tiny holes that are microscopic. And what we want to do is we want to take and fill up those holes so that we can stop the water from entering the reed and becoming waterlogged. This will create longer lasting reed, as well as it will vibrate better. So what we do is we take our piece of sandpaper, and notice how I'm going with the reed. I'm not going this way and moving it this against the reed. I'm going with the reed. I put my finger lightly on the tip and on the heel of the reed, and I drag it back. And I do that gently. I'm not putting a lot of pressure. And one more time. And what I'm doing is I'm just smoothing out this part of the reed, and you can feel it. Now, if there still are any little rough spots, I'll do it one more time, and that should get it. It's nice and smooth, so I take my more defined sandpaper and I take it back again once and twice. Again, I'm not going up against the reed or sideways. I'm going in one direction. And now it is very, very smooth. You can see that there are nice straight lines on the reed, which it was before, but now they're just a little bit more delineated because I've taken the sandpaper to them. This other side, the top part of your reed, you can sand depending if it's necessary. Now, if there are rough spots, what I would recommend is taking your reed and again going with the grain of the reed, not against it. I would never drive it this way. I would always pull it back towards me and just do it lightly. This side, the front side of the reed, you especially want to be extremely careful with, because you really don't want to damage or take too much away from your heart of your reed. Again, I have cane side up, the stock side up, and this is my heart, and I want to make sure that I keep my heart very thick and not take away too much of the tip, because again, it is very fragile already. Once I've done that, I flip my sandpaper over and use it just as a smooth surface. And remember, I have little bits of cane that I've sanded onto from the sandpaper. I still have little pieces, fragments staying on the back side of the reed. What I want to do is I want to take those fragments and stuff it into the porous of the reed, that porous part. So how I do that is I put it on backside down on top of the back end of my sandpaper, and I'm just going to rotate around in a circle. Now again, I'm not going straight up against the reed grain. I'm just going in a circle, and I'm moving all of the pieces of reed fiber that might have been loose right into the reed. Now I have a very, very smooth reed, and when I wet it, it's not the water is not going to go and seep directly into my reed, waterlogging it. It's still going to be wet, but it's not going to get waterlogged after half an hour or an hour of playing. It will be a little less porous. And that is how you quickly prepare a reed.